here with
Emerson.
Tell the people who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Emerson, of course. I'm a designer, mental health advocate, and I'm also an artist. Go stream the Vision Tape Volume 1 on Spotify and Apple Music right now. It'll change your life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Emerson, I say that with pride because I usually call you Vision.
Right.
What is this chapter of your life called?
It's called Growth.
Mm.
Yeah. I call this chapter Growth because I took a year off of like doing stuff for other people and working just to get by, to really find who I am on the inside and dig deep in my roots and figure out my purpose in life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is a lesson that life is teaching you right now?
Give people grace and to move with God and just to be you.
Okay. Interesting. I love to hear that.
Thank you.
So, what does vision mean to you?
Vision is all about mastering your mind and having the eye for your goals and having the eye for success, being you, having a vision to be the best person that you can be for your family, for yourself, having a vision to take your dreams to the moon, take it to the stars. Nobody can stop you but you. God gave us all a vision, so why not just go for it?
I love that.
Yeah.
So a new question I added to my list. I gotta ask it because I'm looking at it, it's in all caps. Do you impress or inspire?
I inspire. I live to inspire. I don't care really about impressing because that's temporary.
Mm-hmm.
You can impress somebody that's just walking down the street. They can be impressed by what you got on. They can be impressed by your cologne. But if you inspire somebody, that lasts for a lifetime. That can last
Touch their heart.
You can touch their heart and their soul, right?
I love that. I love it. Okay. What is something that you like to do that others may look at you like you're weird?
Go to the gym almost every day.
You go almost every day?
I go like 5 days a week. Yeah. I would say maybe when I'm walking down the street and I got my headphones on, I'm just zoned out into my music. I mean, some people might look at that as weird, like, damn, he really into it, but I'm just walking in my light and being me. So I think being weird is actually pretty cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because
it separates you from everybody.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you respect the small things.
There you go.
Like, and I feel like that's the reason why people call it weird, because they don't respect the small things in life.
Yeah.
Like me, I talk to my computer. Like when I'm editing.
Oh, I do the same thing.
I be talking.
I be cursing my laptop.
Man, like it be having to know how I feel. Like if
Yeah.
you're doing something stupid, you gotta know how I feel, because I'm entitled to feel how I feel.
And I low key think computers be knowing. I'm on Photoshop and it's tweaking. Right before I close it, and I'm like, all right, man, you already know.
That'd be the one. Cool. So, I think we talked about this before. But if you could be any animal, which animal would you be and why? Land or sea? It doesn't matter. You could be a wind animal too, or insect too.
I would be a wolf.
That's Darius right though. They just walked past. My bad.
That sounds good. I would be a wolf.
A wolf?
Yeah.
Interesting. Why would you be a wolf?
I don't know. I think lions, too ferocious. They cool. Tigers are cool. They alright, but a wolf is chill. It ain't always the loudest and ain't always the ferocious, but when it's hungry, they know the food is there and it's gonna go and get it. So I think that's how I look at myself when I move. I ain't the loudest dude, I ain't the flashiest, but
when it's
When
time to go
it's
in
time
for
to
the
go to
kill.
work, I'm gonna go for the kill. I'm gonna go.
I feel it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Mine's, I would be a Black Panther.
Oh, okay.
I said it to Boss Lady last night, but it's the fact that you don't see them coming.
That too.
Like, I love that feeling of being underestimated because, like, me and Darius was just, like, we was literally just talking about this. Like, being young, like, me being young in this game, like, he said he'd be forgetting that I'm 23 sometimes, like, because the way that I articulate myself, the way that I carry myself like I'm older in my 20s compared to a lot of people in my generation. But it's like,
well, that stems on how you carry your age. You will say you 23, 25. If you've been, I don't want to curse. If you've been BSing, if you've been bullshitting them 23, 25 years, you don't know nothing. But if you've been soaking in knowledge ever since you were a little kid, that wisdom is like hundreds of years possibly.
Mm-hmm. And then like being around a lot of older people.
That too. Yeah, so soaking in.
Season.
Yeah,
nice
season. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you believe? What do you have faith in? What is your faith?
I have faith in God. I have faith in karma. I'm a big believer in karma. You get what you receive what you put out. I'm a big believer in respect. You might not like a person, but you still need to show that person respect and grace.
Keeping it cordial.
Yeah. You ain't gotta have many friends, but the friends that you do have, make them your tribe. So I'm a big believer in that.
For sure, and I love that, because like, when it comes down to, I like the fact that you touched on that last part. Like, even if you don't like a person, you still can keep it cordial with that person. You don't, that person don't ever even have to know that you don't like them.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you have that level of self-control, because a lot of people don't have that level of self-control.
That's a big thing, having self-control, because you ain't got no self-control, your mouth can get you in a lot of stuff that you can't get out of.
For sure.
And the people that you end up pissing off are sometimes the people that you might need later on in life to take you to another level. So I try to give everybody grace no matter what happened in life, because we all in the same space and area for a reason. So why not give them a chance?
For sure. That's why I say this often to myself, because like, me being young, I make mistakes. I ain't perfect, far from it. And it's like, I tell myself often, like, people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Every day they in your life, they show you who they are and what they in your life for. But it's up to you to use your discernment and listen. Yeah. And my grandma and my auntie instilled this in me and my cousins when we was younger. Like, treat people the way you want to be treated, period. Yeah. It doesn't matter what they did to you, how they made you feel. Like, you stand up, remember how you feel. Don't forget how you feel, how they made you feel. But don't return that same energy, because when the tables turn, because they always do, you want to be remembered for your character, not for how you reacted out of character. Yeah. But going to, that's a good segue. How do you hold yourself accountable? Pause. My God. Before you even answer that one, what is a toxic trait you have?
A toxic trait?
And how do you hold yourself accountable?
I say sometimes I'm very impatient. I don't like to wait for nothing, which can be bad, because if you gotta give things time, because rushing into stuff, it never works. You know, I don't care if it's relationships, work, school. You gotta go with God, and you gotta take your time. Whatever happens, happens. It's happening for a reason. And I don't know. When people make me mad, I can just spaz. But I'm really trying to focus on work on that, because we're not perfect. We only human. So yeah, that's what I would say. But other than that, I'm pretty cool.
I love it. How do you hold yourself accountable?
I'm very hard on myself. I have a journal. That's how I hold myself accountable. I'm always writing, and then when I'm writing, I always go back to, like, if I'm getting upset or anything, or if I miss something I'm trying to work on, I go back to my journal and I'll read, like, no, you have to keen in on this and work on it.
Mm-hmm.
Be accountable because I got a vision. I got an end goal. So I can't take no breaks. I gotta be accountable and I gotta just work.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. A toxic trait I have is I complain a lot.
I have to get away from that.
I feel like it's the stubborn Capricorn in me wanting things to be exactly the way I want them to be, type stuff all the time. But it's like I've been learning, like if it happens every time the way that you want it to happen, then it's destined to fail each and every time.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like if you don't even allow God to have a say so,
Yeah.
then God gonna show you why God should have a say so
He gonna show
each
you
and every
big
time. And it's like how I say that's like a big toxic trait of mine. And my antisocialness, like.
Oh my God.
Like that's
I was so antisocial and shy for the longest, but I learned I had to get away from that. You gotta not talk to everybody, but connect with the right people.
You have to make your presence known.
You definitely have to make your presence known.
And like even if it's not
verbal,
like not verbal. I ain't gonna say verbal because you do have to tell people your name. But it's like, and I say this specifically because I was literally just having this conversation with Darius. Like it's this teacher at the other school. He when I first met him, he was kind of standoffish. He was like, you could tell he's a strict teacher, a firm man. And as I've been seeing him more, because also when I first met him, I didn't open up. I said hey and I walked out. But it's like now, as we've been seeing each other more, I've been, hey, like I initiate contact. And I ain't the type of person that's gonna initiate.
Yeah, me neither.
But it's like me doing that, I seen how the way that he greet me changed.
Yeah.
So it's like
he was just waiting on that icebreaker.
Yeah, cause it's like you never really know how even a simple hey or introduction to a person
can take you far.
Yes.
It can open a lot of doors. All you gotta do is just, like I said, have grace. Just, hey, what's going on? How you doing?
For sure.
Take you a long way.
And like that's what how I've been holding myself accountable to my toxic traits is me being aware of my toxic traits is reflecting each night.
Yeah.
Like really doing this channel, it really helped me a lot because I talk to myself a lot in my room. But now, man, okay. That thing got me, but now since I have this record of my conversations to myself and where I reflect, now I can go back and be like, hey, you did say this. Why you didn't change this? You held yourself accountable to this. Now this should be on your to-do list about yourself.
This is a digital journal.
That's exactly what it is. And like that's my whole purpose in doing this because it's like we here for a good time, not a long time.
There you go.
And the only way for us to make our presence known is to document our story.
Yeah.
Like the people before us, they didn't have the luxury that we have. Like, and that's another reason why I use my phone, because like it's just that simple. All I need is a light, something to plug to charge my phone, and something to prop up my phone.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can record your whole life in that way, and then like think about like me. I'm a big stickler for telling your story.
Yeah.
Like I want families to tell their stories, and it's like the only way we can do that is if we have records that we were here.
Yeah.
So
cool.
It's kind of early for this question, but since I took it there, I'm gonna take it though. What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want your legacy to be?
That I went for it all. My legacy. No matter if it was fashion, music, film, I went for it all and I did what I had to do to get where I was at. I ain't gotta have no statues, I ain't gotta have no street named after me. All I want is respect and to people to be inspired by what I brought to the world.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Is the earth flat or round?
Oh my God. The earth is round.
You want to hear my theory?
Go ahead.
Okay, let me pull up the picture so just in case you gotta have a visual.
Okay, I got one question. So I'm sure you've been on a flight before.
Nope, never been on a plane.
Okay. So you know when planes, when they take off from the ground and go up, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So you know, rocket ships, they go up into space. They go up.
Mhm.
So if it was flat, how can you go up on something that's flat?
Exactly. That's why it's a sphere. The question is very double-sided because I want people to get my theory when I say sphere. Okay, so you see this right here, right?
Oh my God.
We live here.
Right.
On this, because a lot of people say a sphere don't have a surface, but it do have a surface because it need a circle to hold all the other parts of the circle together, which is us living here on this center part. But it's like just like how the ocean is very deep, it has to fill up this bottom part. The air is really deep, and the air in space is very deep. That's why you have this big old dome at the top. In my theory, all the planets. Oh, that's that. In my theory, all the planets and everything is inside of this sphere. So it's like because they're going so high into this space. Because like when you think of space, think of the actual word. Don't think of what they told you the word means. Think of the word itself. This is space. This is empty space.
Yeah, this is empty space.
And this is empty space. So it's like it'll make sense because then when you look at
This is interesting.
The atmosphere layers, right? When you go high enough into the air, you have all of these different spheres that you have to cross in order to get up there. Who's to say that all of this isn't in there?
Nah. I don't know.
Cause like you have
to agree to disagree.
We can agree to disagree. This is my theory.
Right.
But like I'm gonna keep sharing this theory till somebody contradict me on this. Cause like what I've learned is arguments are basically understandings.
There you go.
It's like it's two people trying to get an understanding on a topic.
For sure.
So it's like in the earth, like you get on the rocket, you gonna go through this. Who's to say you ever even make it past the exosphere?
But I think you can.
I ain't saying it's possible. I ain't saying it's possible. But
so when they went to the moon, when the man first went to the moon, how did you don't think he went? Like, how did you think he did that? Since it's flat.
I ain't saying it's flat.
I'm talking about you said the Earth is flat.
I said we live on that surface part.
Okay.
We live here. So all those different layers of the atmosphere is up here. So as you get high enough, you breach those, and that's where the planets and all of that stuff
is. The moon and stuff.
Yeah, because like think about it, you go above these buildings, it's just literal space up there. We don't know how high space goes. Who's to say they ever even left Earth itself to go see all of these things? We only know what we've been taught. We don't know what they know specifically.
And that's scary.
For real.
That's scary.
Now we got a great segue. Do you believe that it is more on life than just us? More on the Earth than just us?
On Earth?
It's like extraterrestrial and all of that.
I don't think on Earth, but I think they exist. If they do exist on Earth, they on the ground. They ain't up here with us, because then they'll find ways to escape and they'll be running the streets and shit. But they're definitely here.
I think they do.
On Earth?
I think that they be roaming the streets and all of that stuff when we not paying attention. Because like
I believe, can see that.
I believe it's so much that goes on that we literally cannot see.
I think what's that basketball player, Wembanyama? He's an alien.
Who?
He played for the Spurs. He like 7'4".
His name
Wembanyama. That's an alien.
Wembanyama.
Yeah. He's like 7'10".
Oh, this man is tall.
Yeah, look at that. And he's like 21. That's
He just finished his growth spurt. If he finished,
he hit his growth spurt when he was 10.
Ooh, that's different.
I'm not sure if that's true, but yeah. But aliens, yeah, they do exist for sure. Because the world is just, it's just too unique just for us to just be humans. It's too much energy to just be us.
To dive deep into your thought process on that, this question, I feel like it's a great tie-in to drive the conversation a little bit deeper. So, I just lost it. How do our beliefs and biases shape our perception of reality, and how can we overcome them to make more informed decisions?
I think it's our life experiences growing up. Like you said, what we've been taught, what your intuition tells you, what your gut tells you. What's the last part of the question?
How do we overcome to make more informed decisions?
By listening to what your soul tells you to do. Because it's been times when I've done stuff, but my soul would tell me like, no, don't do it, don't do this. But then I've done it anyway, and 10 times out of 10, it's been a bad result.
I feel that.
Yeah, so I just say it's cool to take other people's opinions, because at the end of the day, that's all it's going to be, opinions. But in your heart is always going to give you the cold hard facts.
Because your body let you know.
Your body will always let you know in your mind. You can feel. You can feel when something ain't right. And
what I love about that is the fact that it reminds us that we are animals.
Yeah.
Like we have animal instincts. We are. That's what makes us human. Our body communicates to us. Like what really put me on my toes about that. Have you ever noticed that animals are our first sign of danger?
Yeah.
If there's no animals around, that's because it's danger near. Cause like I forgot who I was talking to, but they said that this is how you know when it's gonna rain. Cause a lot of people like to look at the clouds.
Oh, when
and
you
stuff.
see the birds and stuff start flying away.
No, when they start flying low.
Yeah, when they start flying low, right?
When they flying low, that means that it's some weather finna come, some weather finna change. And then, it was actually K. Ferg that told me this. He said that how you know it's gonna be a bad winter is when you start walking in a whole bunch of spider webs.
Really?
And if you notice, this year it was not that many spider webs. So
now we didn't really have a bad spider season like usual, because usually you walk around and they just be everywhere.
So now pay attention to this. Like this just to prove his theory. We're gonna see this together in real time, because he told me that this year, and I wanted to be aware of it. We're gonna see. I guarantee we're not gonna have a bad winter compared to all the winters we don't have.
We didn't really have a bad one last year.
We didn't, but this year I feel like it's gonna be a real good winter.
It's kind of scary.
It is. It definitely is, especially when they say that the Earth the sun is finna hit its solar peak.
Really?
Its solar activity peak. Like a lot of people don't pay attention to NASA messages and stuff, but they be valid. They be valid they there for a reason.
Yeah. Why do you think that they're not more vocal and stuff like that?
Because it'll put everybody in a panic, because they don't understand.
Yeah. Because
it's like they are making people aware of it, but it's the fact that everybody don't feed into that. People rather feed into the talks about violence and all of that than to feed into the conversations about how the Earth is fighting us back.
That's crazy.
Because like, truth be told, this goes back. Let me tell you about this thought, because this will make total sense on exactly what we're talking about. It's think of a sheep and shepherd.
Yeah.
A sheep, a shepherd, and a wolf.
Yeah.
The shepherd gets the sheep ready for whatever the shepherd got going on, but the sheep is all afraid of the wolf.
Yeah.
All the sheep, like in us, in a sense, wolf is the violence. Sheep is us. Shepherd is the government or whatever you want the shepherd to be. But like, the shepherd is getting the sheep ready. The sheep is afraid of the wolf. They terrified of the wolf. They are ganging up with each other, trying to figure out how they gonna fight this wolf. They all just gathering up with each other, like real live. And the wolf never comes to them, never attacks them, never bothers them, never do nothing. But all while they was sitting up in there scared, they was filling their faces up. They was gaining all that hair on themselves and all of that for the shepherd to do whatever the shepherd want to do with them. Amen. So they still gonna die, in a sense. But it wasn't from the enemy that they paying attention to. It's the one that they found comfort in.
That's crazy. And that's how it be. They be right behind you.
And that'd be the one. That'd be the one. And someone told me earlier, a couple of days ago, she said that you never really know how people be studying you so that they can use you for what they want to use you for. And and me saying that, I feel like the conversation be navigating itself.
Yeah.
Because the question I just saw here say, do free will exist? And how are our actions determined by external factors or past experiences?
I think free will, it exists more than ever now. Especially that we have TikTok, Instagram, not really Facebook. Facebook is for your brain. I don't really pay attention to that. But we have free will because I can literally pick up my phone right now, do a dance on TikTok, post it, blow up. If you popular enough, streams and income, it can just come overnight like that. You are free to do whatever you want. You're free to be whoever you want. And I think it's crazy. We are free to do whatever. Could you think? How do you think? Could you imagine blowing up overnight in the 90s, in the 80s without a cell phone?
Man, that's something different.
That's crazy.
Because it's like,
and they did, and this is coming off 10, 15 years of racism and not being able to go to the bathroom wherever you want. It's nuts.
So just imagine that all the freedom that we had. Like Boss Lady put it in my head last night. She said, during the pandemic, we watched the whole world go to the internet.
And I was gonna say, we have free will to a certain extent because, like you said, the pandemic shut everything down. You couldn't do nothing but be on your phone at the crib or play the game. We were like literally in prison.
And that's why she said like the whole world went to the internet.
That's crazy. That's when the shift really happened. Everything became digital at that point.
And it's like it's so much wealth out there. Like not even in the sense of money, in the sense of abundance within itself. Like it's so much information. Like I believe like we information junkies at this point.
Oh,
now.
Hell yeah.
Data junkies is
Data
the word.
Data junkies. For
and
sure.
it's like now that they have the ability to collect, because like that's what the pandemic did. It helped them pass all the laws that they needed to get data, to collect data how they needed to collect it. And it's like now that we know like this is happening, how are we as a community of people gonna protect ourselves? Because it's like, talk about do free will exist? Me, in my belief, free will exists. We have the freedom to choose how we want to live.
Yeah.
But the problem is when we allow other people to define how we live.
Yeah, you can't do that.
And that's where we lose our free will, because you're literally telling that's literally a dog giving a person a leash.
Yeah, you become a slave of the mind.
It's good to segue into this conversation. How do you think the world will change in the next 50 years, and what concerns or excites you about those changes?
In the next 50 years?
Oh,
I think
next 50 years of hip hop. I just had to throw that out there.
Right, shout out. No, I think everything is gonna be digital. Everything's gonna be digital. AI is gonna be even bigger, because now And now we just we playing with it. We making funny pictures and Steve Harvey memes but they have I think they have a really big plan for AI, especially when it comes to like TV and film, because you can literally go on the computer and type in, write me a script about a dog, and it will just run.
You can make a song.
You can make a song. I was on Photoshop and they was asking me, do you want to update your program to AI? I'm like, hell no, because I don't want no computer replicating
your thoughts,
my thought process, because that's essential. That comes from God. Like, no, you can't. Speaking again, the free will, you cannot take that from me. And I just think it's going to be nuts in the next 50. I always say, learn to do something with your hands, because a robot cannot replicate what a human person can do with their hands.
For sure.
Yeah. Learn how to build something. Learn how to, the essentials. Just build.
And like that's my big thing about everything. Like going into what excites me about the next 50 years. Like, what excites me is the fact of in the next 50 years I will be turning 74.
That's great, with a bunch of knowledge, and a 74-year-old now and a 74-year-old then in 50 years is going to be totally different.
Exactly. And I have the opportunity, like me knowing that I'm going to be an elder then.
Yeah.
I know that I have the opportunity to create the world I would like to grow old in.
Yeah. And then, health-wise, seeing that everything's so digital and information is at the snap of your fingers, you will know how to take care of your body and your mind to see 74 and still be able to move like you 50. Like, it's...
Oh, just to pick your brain a little bit.
Right.
Do you think that we the generation that will... Because I ain't gonna throw your age out, though. But do you think that we the generation that's gonna live past the hundreds? Like well into our hundreds?
I think so, because you starting to see a lot more people live to be 100. I think so. It's all up to you though. If you eat like trash, you're gonna die fast. If you take care of your body, why can't you live to be 100? If you eating right,
mm-hmm.
if you stay off that garbage, you ain't gotta be a saint and eat perfect. But if you listen to your body, if your body's telling you don't eat that, don't eat it. If you take care of yourself, you can live to be 150.
As old as you want to be.
As old as you want to be. And I always say you age how you feel.
Man.
You age how you feel.
And over the past year, life taught me that.
Yeah.
Because, okay, so I lost 2 key members of my family recently, within this last year. And my auntie, when she passed away, the day before she passed on, she was still trying to get up out that bed. Mind you, she lost everything in her body.
Wow.
Literally. And it's like she was still trying to get up out that bed.
Yeah.
But her daughter literally deteriorated, and she felt comfort in that, in being stuck in the bed.
Oh no.
But it's like she lost. She had the spark to keep going. You could see it in her eyes, but she didn't have that will to keep going.
Yeah, that will will take you a long way. Manifestation, you gotta manifest it. The tongue is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It's stronger than medicine.
And they say laughter is the best cure.
It is. Yeah, feel good, make them feel good.
Ooh, what is the value of empathy, and how can we cultivate it in ourselves and society? Empathy is the word.
Man, you gotta repeat that one more time. I gotta soak that in.
What is the value of empathy, and how can we cultivate it in ourselves and society? I feel like compassion.
Compassion,
Grace.
Yeah, grace. Like I said, give people grace. Be nice to people. Being nice goes a long way. Look at how all these mass shootings you've been seeing, and people they killing kids, going in Walmart shooting people. Like, somewhere along, they didn't wake up. They weren't born that way. somewhere in their life, unfortunately, they had somebody didn't give them grace. Imagine the last dude that just went to the bowling alley and killed all these bunch of people. What if somebody that morning just pulled him to the side, like, bro, I know you're going through a lot.
Give me a hug.
Give me a hug. Look them in their eyes and just tell them it's gonna be okay. That can change.
That could change a person's whole world.
Literally. And save people's lives.
For real. Like, I had that conversation with my grandma.
Yeah.
Because I like, for so long, I had a sour heart.
Yeah.
Like, I was so, like, I wasn't even mad at anyone. I was just
like,
mad at the world for, like, the cards I was dealt.
Yeah.
And it's like, my heart was so sour. I didn't know how to communicate. Even now, like, I have trouble communicating. But I push myself. That's part of me holding myself accountable. Like, toxic trait, that's one of them. And it's like, I had that conversation with my grandma. I asked her, I said, like, y'all talked about me a lot when I was younger.
And that's
but why y'all didn't grab me and say, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
What is on your mind? Talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, that would have made the biggest difference.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like,
but then again, that made you who you are today.
For sure.
It gave you the knowledge to know that it's okay to talk to somebody.
And also it gave me the wisdom to hold space for people to do that.
There you go.
Because it's like, even though I had that confession to her, now I have to be that for her.
Yeah.
So I have to be her safe space. I have to hold space for her to grow.
Yeah.
And I feel like as people, it's like, even like people with abandonment issues and all of that, we don't hold grace for the people that hurt us enough.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that's a part of forgiveness.
It doesn't come out of a place of spite. It comes out of a place of pain. Because something happened to them, and unfortunately, you are that vessel where they feel that they can take that out on you. It's not okay at all. But you gotta grow from it in a positive light, and use your story to help somebody else that's going through the same thing or even worse that you're going through, and give them grace and give them a light.
Ooh, because I don't want the people to forget that you are artists.
All right.
Because we in this deep thought conversation. Ooh, forget them questions. What is a favorite song that you made that changed your life?
I would say it's called Thank You. It's my mental health song. It took me a long time to be comfortable to write that song because I'm a really reserved person. And then, but when it comes to my music, I gotta let it out. I gotta be 100% authentic, or the universe will reject what I'm doing. And yeah, Thank You was the most vulnerable song I've ever written. Yeah, I shed a lot of tears.
Now I see why you feel the way you feel about that the other day.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
as you should.
Yeah.
As you should, for sure.
Yeah,
because people. To all the people out there that harshly judge music, I think you should listen to songs for real before you get your opinion.
You gotta soak them in.
Like,
be conscious of what somebody's writing, because they ain't writing it just to be writing it.
And then also understand it.
Yeah.
Because we can understand it.
Yeah.
But did you understand it? Did you soak it in?
Soak it in.
And like let it.
Yeah.
And then speak.
Yeah.
Because like that's what, is music spiritual?
Very much so. It's more spiritual than church. It's more spiritual than church.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's like.
And it's the one language that everybody can understand.
Literally. And it's like and it's the fact that it moves your body.
Yeah. It's like I don't want to say drug, but.
It is.
It's like a drug.
It really is. Because like, this is what I was going to say. This is a conversation I had with somebody else recently. Like, the beat moves the water in your body, but the words become the water in your body. And it's like, that's what music is. Like, it literally becomes a part of you. Yeah. Like, it's some songs in my life that I just like, for instance, perfect example. Crooked Smile by J. Cole. That is a song I listen to almost every day. because it's a song that found me at a very dark part of my life and transformed my life for the better.
And it's crazy how you have never met J. Cole, you ain't never spoke to J. Cole in your life, but he had the wisdom and the life experiences that resonated with you, and y'all connected from a totally different part of the universe, and that helped you elevate. It's beautiful.
And that's the gift of music.
It is.
Like, and that's why, like, when it comes, especially, I love male singers. I love it.
Right.
I'm here for it. Okay. Even rapping singers. Singing rappers. I love it. I love it. Okay.
Right.
But it be though it's getting to know them, that vulnerability.
That vulnerable, yeah. You gotta let it out. You gotta be you.
And it's like, if people, I don't get how people that live through music, how they don't see it.
Yeah.
Let me say that better. People that say that they live through music, how they don't see it like that. Because it's like, if you making all of this low vibration, what did Chuck say? Killing nigga music.
Right, like that's only temporary. Don't nobody wanna wake up in the morning and hear that.
For real, like,
that's cool to listen to when you in the club and all that, but when you being you, when you looking in the mirror and you getting ready for your day, you not listening to that. You listening to some stuff that's gonna get you going. That's gonna
for sure
help you elevate and take you to another level.
And what I've learned, from life experiences, the days that I started my day, like back in high school, when I started my day listening to like Lil Fo, Lil Durk, Chief Keef, G Herbo, like, don't get me wrong, I love their music. But when I started my day off listening to them, that's the most chaotic days in high school.
That's crazy. Yeah, you putting that energy out there. You telling every cell in your body, and you telling God, yeah, I'm on demon time today, basically. So, you get what you put out.
That's the one. And the question I asked Emerson is, how has your art evolved over time, and what insights have you gained about yourself through your creative journey?
My art has evolved because when I first started my brand vision, I started off like just stressing like rock band tees and stuff. It was cool. I was making some pretty good money, but I remember I'll never forget, I was in my room one time. I was like, what's my overall goal with this? Like, everybody, that was a wave everybody was doing. Everybody was like getting t-shirts and cutting them up and bleaching them and stuff. But I was like, what's my goal? What's my overall vision? And it just clicked. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna make my own brand called Vision. And I still, at the crib, I still got my original sketchbook, my original logo with the eyeball and all that. But then as time went on, my brand, it evolved to like a very conscious nature, like it's all about evolution and just uplifting and mastering your mind, and it's a beautiful thing. And what was the second part of that question? I'm sorry.
What insights have you gained about yourself through your creative journey?
Just to create without fear. Yeah, there's no limit to what your brain can do. I have went through hundreds of like designs that I got a laptop full of logos and designs that I don't even use. But creating is all about trial and error. You gotta put yourself out there. There's times I've posted on Instagram, I get 5 likes, 10 likes, but I don't care because I put my work out there. And like I said, if it's not, you gotta be authentic, and it gotta, so the universe can connect with it. The universe gonna let you know if it's some heat or not. And I would say to anybody that's creating, don't make nothing that's just that's gonna catch on quick and that's hot, because it's not gonna last.
For sure.
Don't create nothing that's trendy. Create something that's timeless.
Ooh, I want to tell you this because you're where I was when I first got here.
Right.
And this is something that Chuck told my class that I feel like that they don't stress this enough here. do not create anything for a grade here.
Yeah, don't.
Like,
Because you will fail.
do your thing and get your grade. You make your money's worth. But create because you are a creator.
Yeah.
And you see the value in creating.
Yeah.
Like, that's why he said,
you.
for sure. That's why he said, I love what he said when he do that first block he does, when he send people out, he teach you how to work the camera, basic functions of the camera, and he sends you out there to go shoot. He said, go shoot. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
Let's see the world through your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll show you my video that I made like another day, like when I first got here.
Mm-hmm.
But I take heed to that. Because like a lot of people, like you'll be in the classroom and a lot of people be like, "What you mean?
Yeah.
What you mean by that? Like you just gonna give us a camera?" Yeah. Like, come on now. All you need is that. Like he literally just said, you have the power to create anything you see in your mind is possible.
That is.
Let me see what you want to create.
Limitless.
And it's like that is like the most mind-boggling thing in the world, because it's like. That's what I love so much about the freedom to create. Like when we talk about free will, the freedom to choose, you literally, like when we do this, like right now, cause like the video that was just done is like 40 minutes long. I don't know how long this video gonna go, but for the time being, us sitting here, we have whoever's watching attention.
Yeah.
And we are feeding you as much as you are feeding us.
Yeah.
That is very powerful.
Very.
And it's like, it's a lot of people that abuse that right.
Yeah. They do it in a very negative light.
Yes, and what I love is the fact that now the pure-hearted people get the opportunity to
That's crazy.
show their vision.
Yeah, show your vision. Do it. Anytime somebody come to me with an idea or something they want to do, why not do it? This is the generation where you can literally do whatever you want, whenever you want.
Literally. So speaking of that, this particular thing, I feel like I had a different question, but I feel like this is a great question because you are in a unique position. You are an artist, you are also an entrepreneur, you are a student and an employee as well. So it's like, how do you balance it all?
I just go with God. And then I just listen to my instincts. Everything that's happening in my life is happening for a reason. And whatever happens through the day, there are some days where I can't do everything that I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's cool because I know I have tomorrow to do it. I got the day after to do it. Everything that I've done in that day, I've take what I've done, I've learned from it, and I apply it to the next day. And I apply that to the next day. And I just steady grow. I just grow.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it shows, like, and I'm a firm believer in the fact that your peace shows in your face.
Yeah.
Like,
when I'm your eyes.
For sure. And like, I love the fact that whenever I see you, you have this like amazing glow about you.
Thank you.
And it fits you so well.
Thank you. Yeah. I can't live in being angry and because I have failures in my life. I'm not perfect, but I can't. When I come here, you gotta check that at the door, and this is my safe haven for me to create and just be me. And I want other people to see that. Just be you and learn and have fun.
For sure. So, speaking on balancing again, how do you balance the need for commercial success with the integrity of your artistic vision?
By carefully choosing what lane I want to put my brand in. So you got to know your audience, because it's like when making money. All money ain't good money.
For sure. Choose your balance.
I want everybody to wear my clothes. I want everybody to listen to my music, but I want the right people to wear my clothes. I want the right people to listen to my music. I want my music to connect with people who are going to apply it and go farther than I did.
Mm-hmm.
So I pick my spots very carefully. I don't over exhaust my brand, and I don't overexpose myself. That's how you invite negative energy.
I love that.
Yeah, don't overexpose yourself.
I love that, cause and I say that specifically because yesterday, after we got done talking, I went through my entire page. Like, I made it. I finally made it to the bottom.
Yeah.
But I realized that when I first started, that's what I was doing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, now, I'm putting my brand in front of people's faces. Like, I don't care. You're gonna see me every day, all down your timeline until I get to where I need to go. Okay. But before, like, when I first started doing that, it was toxic in a sense to where I was too vulnerable. But in doing that, I got to show my authenticity. I got to show you exactly how I grew, because that's why I make my brand the way it is. Right now, I'm in this segment of for the next month. I am in this segment of Lessons and Blessings of 23.
Yeah, I like that.
And it's like I start in December. I'll be in December 23rd. I'll be in Lessons and Blessings of 24.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm building my brand like that so that but we have to understand that we are here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah.
And in us being here for a good time, we literally have a story that's supposed to inspire people and help us grow to that next level. But we have to be aware of our traumas.
Yeah.
We have to be aware of our toxic traits. And if we don't pay attention to that, we when it comes down to balancing commercial success and your integrity,
you're gonna be in the wrong position.
Yes, you're gonna be fighting. You're gonna be chasing trends, cause like
chasing trends.
When I first start, like, cause like me, I always been this person that's been in my head, like spiritually, because just how I was born, in a sense, it bred that in me, but I didn't understand it, and it's like what I've noticed is my energy can easily be pulled. It can and it's so toxic in a sense to where when I first started this awakening, I call it. In 2020, well, 2019 really, but when I first started this awakening, I was following this trend. Because it wasn't even that I was just following the trend, it was that it hit. Like, I can't when God go like this to you,
when he tap you on your shoulder,
like when God going like this to you, you can't help but pay attention to the fact that this is happening. Like,
he will tap you on your
there.
shoulder.
And it's like, that's how everything was hitting me. And I was being reactive. I found myself not responding, but being reactive.
Yeah.
And then you hit that part where you become overreactive.
Yeah.
So it's like then you start playing God in your life. You hit that overreactive thing. You're losing, like, God is at that respond. God ain't in that overreacting. Yeah. So it's like, that's where, like, life pushed me there. It pushed me there to come all the way back to the other side. Now I'm back here. Yeah. I'm like,
life is a pendulum.
Literally, that's like the perfect example.
Yeah.
Like, I can't say I don't have a better word for that. I gotta find a question, because you just did it for me right there. I ain't gonna lie. What role does creativity play in your life, and how does it contribute to your sense of self?
Being creative is everything to me. Growing up, my mom had me in the Art Institute for Kids program. My grandfather is an art dealer. So being creative and seeing him work it's just who I am. It's in my blood. Being creative, always reaching for more. Like, if I got a design, I'm a big, you know who Bob Ross is? He's a painter.
Yeah, you put me on to him.
Yeah, so he'll do like a nice painting, but there's always more. You can always do more. Be creative. Don't be afraid to create. Put that on a t-shirt. Don't be afraid to create. And
fear is your motivator.
Fear is my biggest motivator, because I be scared to do something, but then when I do it, the gratification of me, I did it. Like, I'll step out on faith, and I did it. So being creative is what drives me to be the best that I can be.
So when it comes, I want to ask you this question. I got probably two more questions, then we're done. How do you deal with creative blocks and maintain your motivation, inspiration over time?
Okay, so I have creative blocks often, but once I get that creative block and I feel like I'm about to crash, I just stop. You gotta stop, breathe, I reset, and then sometimes I'll come back to it. I feel like I finish a project when it's meant for me to finish the project, because I'm not gonna put out no garbage. I'm not gonna put out nothing that I feel I'm not gonna get. If I don't get goosebumps and if I don't feel like this is a hit, no matter if it's a t-shirt or a song or schoolwork, I know that I've done what I'm supposed to do. So if you have a creative block, it's okay, because we only human. You're not a computer. You gotta breathe. You gotta let life inspire your art.
So question, because like I went through this period of having a creative block for a while, and it's like, how did you push yourself out of that space, if you ever got there? Well, whenever you
just
get
living life, and because say I have a creative block, I'm working on something, but then I can have a life experience through a certain day. I can hear a specific song when I'm at the gym, or I can be walking down the street and I can see like somebody having a type of interaction, and that'll spark a motivating factor for me. Like, damn, I didn't think of it like that. So I will apply that to my brand, and to my work, and to my music. And then when I finally finish, I know like, oh, this is what it was meant to be.
So you get inspired by the little things.
The little things, the signs are always there.
I love it.
All you gotta do is vision. All you gotta do is look. It's right there in front of your face.
Real eyes, real lies, real lies.
There you go.
Man, so leading that to this question, what is the most important lesson you've learned from a challenging experience?
The most important lesson I've learned is everything takes time.
Ooh.
Everything takes time. And especially living in the instant gratification world that we live in now. It's okay if you go on social media and you see somebody doing better than you, you see somebody blowing up faster than you. It was just their time. But if you keep applying pressure and being consistent with what you want to do, it will come. God rewards people that work hard and work honestly, being authentic. It will come. Just keep grinding.
For sure.
It will come.
Like, my
Don't
biggest
stop.
one about that is the fact that, shout out to Thanksgiving coming up.
Hey.
But know that, like, when you notice, like, the best cooked food, like when it's time, that Thanksgiving time, they start that day before, or a couple days before. They marinate that food, they season their food, they put their hands in it.
Yeah.
Like,
ain't nobody marinate no damn grains in the morning when you gotta have things. No. You doing it overnight.
Yes. They punching it. They getting it in.
That's exactly what it is when you create.
That's what God do.
Seasoning your brain, you seasoning your soul, you seasoning your work.
That's what God doing to us.
Exactly.
Like, and I mean, I don't know if I said this to you yesterday. I really believe I did, but somebody put this in my head. I gotta keep saying it. Shout out to Prosperity, and that's his name too.
Hey.
But he this year, 2023, 2 + 2.
Yeah.
4 + 3, 7. The year of challenges.
Yeah.
Like life putting us through the ringer, getting us like ready.
Yeah.
Like we in the gym right now.
Ding ding.
2 plus, like 2024, 2 + 2, 4, 4 + 4, that's 8.
Yeah.
Abundance.
That's my number.
Man.
8.
Man, and what's crazy is my life path number is a 9.
Wow.
But like now it's like we right now we going through that battle. We competing.
Mm-hmm.
But now next year we gonna find out who the winners.
Yeah.
Like life, I believe that life is like literally gonna. This is you. This is you.
Literally.
Like, and it ain't gonna be like how people say government is doing this. No. God is saying like, hey, this is you.
Yeah.
This is them.
Yeah.
Pay attention to it. Like, I
to,
believe that we
it's
gonna
up
be
to
able
you
to see.
take that leap.
For sure. Like, and they say like, only the good, like the last man standing will win, that type of thing. But the pure souls will be on top.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah.
So, with all of this being said, I asked you the going home question.
It's
I gotta
okay.
find you a good one. I gotta find a good one to end this with. Like, I gotta find a real good one, cause I like the way you think. We connect well. I love that.
Yeah.
Just wait till we make our million. I have to make a million with everybody.
You went on. Why just $1 million? Why are you selling yourself short?
No, like
It's $1 million.
I'm talking about like I just want to make a million with everybody.
Oh,
I ain't gonna say I'm gonna be a millionaire. I want to go past all of that.
Right, you want them M's.
But my goal is to make a million with everybody at least. Like we ain't settling for no thousands. We lived there too long.
Yeah.
Whoo. It's kind of a repeat, but I feel like this is a great way because I like the way you think, and I feel like you will leave the people with an amazing message. So, what is the core message or idea you want to convey through your work, and how will you ensure it resonates with your audience?
Okay, I would say have a vision.
You're speaking to the young people listening.
Yeah, listen, seriously. Have a vision for your goals and dreams. Have that eye for success. I don't care if it's music, fashion, if you a cook, if you work out, if you want to be a teacher, that's cool. If you want to be a doctor, that's amazing. Just be you and don't let the poison in this world disrupt you on your path to success.
Ooh, that's the one. Don't let the poison in this world poison you.
Yeah, seriously.
Ooh, that just hit deep. So with that being said, we are out of here. Ooh, tell the people where to find you at.
You can follow me on Instagram at Black Picasso, BLVCK _Picasso.
And we are out of here.
Peace.